Isn't that frustrating that you do all your best for your business just to see by the end of the month that you have nothing left in your personal bank account, or you have no hot leads to actually follow up by the end of the month, or the current leads that you have end up becoming the worst and crappiest customers of all time? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can actually get better and better leads for your packaging business, like this guy going from 50K to 150 by just email marketing, or like this guy go from 40 to $200,000 by just creating a team of door knockers. In order for you to make sure what type of channel is going to bring you the best kind of leads for your business depends on your motivation and the resources that you got, which is time, money, and efforts that you put into your business. So motivation has two sides. One side is pain, one side is desire. It has to be, deep enough or strong enough reason for you so that you are going to stay within the hardship of your, growing your business actually. Why does that matter? Because pain gets you going fast, but desire gets you far. And the only reason to find out why your motivation matters behind your business is that because from 0 to 1, all businesses start from the least resources with the maximum motivation. If you don't have strong enough motivation, you're gonna bail out. It doesn't matter if that comes from pain or desire. If that's not powerful enough, you're going to quit, right? Because 100% of your company's motivation is you. And once you bring more people to the company, more motivation types will be introduced to the game. So 0 to 1, that's why this is the hardest part of your business. Maybe 99% of your energy is going to be spent in this section. So I want to talk about removing your distraction. So you have to prioritize in order to understand what matters the most and focus on that. And you say, if I solve this thing, just this thing, everything after that will be actually solved. This is how you're going to exhaust all distractions or opportunities out of your life or your business and focus on the most important task or the leveraging part of your business so that you grow the fastest. So how can you do that? You have time, your energy or your efforts, and your money. Of course, at the very beginning, you don't have any money. If you're like 0 to 1 million, a packaging business in the US or abroad, it doesn't matter. You're not making enough money to actually, I don't know, run ads, for example, and like spend 3K, 4K, 5K per month and be consistent for these 6 months, 12 months and not see any results before you see results. If you can't take that much of a risk for your business, you don't necessarily need to start from there. You should come back and use your time and efforts to make the highest leverage possible for your business and make money there and just slowly work your way up. So how you're going to remove distraction is that you use your resources. What resources do you have? If you have nothing, you're the fiercest person in all business world because you have nothing to lose. If you have no money, you have nothing to lose. You just, go get out there, you make the ask, you knock on doors, you just, cold call. It doesn't matter. You just need money for your business to survive. That's why you have nothing to lose, right? You're going to do whatever it takes. Once you make money, the strategy comes from there so that you will want to make this decision on what should I do to actually acquire a system that is going to compound over time, right? Let's imagine that you're a business between 0 to like, 1.5 million, 2 million in revenue. The net profit that goes to your personal account is 5K and you can risk 3K or less than 3K. So running ads is not going to be for you. The best way to do this is put in your own time, find a lead yourself, and do the sales yourself, so that you bring that customer to your business with the highest profit, and with that profit you can calculate the math behind that system that you acquired. So this is the system that you should be looking for. Remember that three things like time, efforts, or energy, and your money. So you have to acquire a system that calculates your efforts and calculates your time and calculates how much money you're putting in and how much you're taking out. For example, let's say cold calls. Because this is your first time, you don't know what metrics to actually calculate. What is a good result for your specific business inside your specific niche? For example, if you're selling plastic bags or like stretch wraps to like warehousing companies, most of these CEOs don't answer cold calls. So it's hard to actually get your foot through the door. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to try that because you don't have any money. You don't have any money to actually, run ads or have, hire someone to actually run ads for you or like, get the leads for you. So you have to, test these things out as the entrepreneur inside your business so that you would know that this is for sure is not going to work or is going to work. So which one of these channels should you pick? I suggest that you start with the lowest cost possible, because at the very beginning you don't know anything and you're definitely going to fail at the very beginning. So that if it was low cost or close to free, you haven't lost anything. You just gained more and more skills and gained more and more wisdom around the thing, so that you would know that this thing is going to work, yes or no. So let's take efforts on finding leads on like cold calling, and you can apply this on other channels as well. I'm just going to bring out the cold calling, which is very low cost to do and has the highest leverage. So imagine that you just made 10 phone calls and one of them become your lead. And what you're trying to do is formula for your efforts is that 10x of whatever that you've done inside cold calling that brought you one lead or one successful result, which is one lead, right? 10x that. That means you have to make 90 more calls in order to understand that this is a pattern, yes or no. That 10% conversion rate is a pattern, yes or no. Because you made like 10 cold calls, and from that 10, you got one lead. That's like 10% conversion in terms of leads generation, right? If you 10x that, is this same pattern going to emerge, yes or no? Is it consistent, yes or no? If that's a yes, you go to the next level, which is time. 3xing your sales cycle, the timing it takes for you to actually convert that lead into a customer. That means from the moment that you just talk to a customer, first interaction to the moment they pay you, whatever that amount of time is. For example, you're selling stretch wraps. Let's say sales cycle is like 2 months from picking up the phone, you're talking to the guy and like sending them samples, and you just do the follow up so that they're gonna reach back to you, or you just you call them so that you can follow up on them. And the entire process is gonna take them 2 months to trust you and pay you. And that's your block. You have to 3x that and wait that long in order to understand that this is your system and this system is going to worth it, yes or no. And lastly, it's going to be the money that you spent on like getting the lead and closing the lead. This is your cost of acquiring the customer. And the ratio matters, not how much did you spend, because in the future you will definitely spend a lot of money. So the cost doesn't matter, the ratio and the ROI of how much you're getting back matters. For many packaging businesses that we looked into, is that 3-to-1 ROI in terms of the lifetime gross profit of every customer divided by the cost of acquiring that specific customer. That means how much money they made you over the lifetime with you over how much did you spend to get that customer. If that's more than 3-to-1, you should acquire this system. That means you should create the system and don't leave it, right? This is the power of removing distractions. Once that's done, for example, if cold calling is working, you don't need to go after like DM marketing or like door knocking or like running ads. This is working right now. Double down on what's working and bring up the volume. If one cold caller bring you this amount of customers, just bring like 2 cold callers, 3, 10, 100, 1,000. Let's just go up until the system breaks and this 3-to-1 ratio is not the case anymore, and you just go acquire a parallel channel to your business so that you can grow from there as well. But before that, you don't go out there and like cast a wide net and never knowing where those leads are, right? So the rule of thumb is that anything more than 6 months, if you do that more than 6 months and you 10x your own output throughout that channel and do it for 6 months or more, you would have a very strong understanding of what works and what doesn't, and what are the ratios and what are the metrics behind this, to be able to actually calculate how much does it cost you and how much they make me, so that 3-to-1 ratio is going to stand effective. So there are 2 ways that you can do this. You can do this yourself, learn the skill yourself, or you just have someone to do it for you. But you wouldn't know that if that person or that company is doing a great job because you haven't done that before or yourself. So the best way to do this is like partner up with a third party company that does your like lead generation or you like your sales or it generates revenue for you. And the best offer for you to give them is that saying like, hey, listen, I'm not planning on keeping you around. So the best way for us to actually, partner up is that you come into our business, generate us revenue, and while you're teaching us or me how you are doing that. And you just, feel free to go up as high as 2x or 3x. Pay them that much money because you just do that once and they build that department with you while they're teaching you so that you can do it yourself and know what metrics matters and what numbers behind a particular problem solving actually matters. If it's like lead generation, what metrics matters and what should you expect from your team or from yourself from that system.